4 years ago, our family had a party for my mother-in-law when she turned 100 years old. And at that party, I talked about all the wonderful things she was able to accomplish through some difficult times, and how she was a wonderful mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. And she was a loving and caring mother-in-law. And the next day, my sweet granddaughter said to me, "Nanny, I loved all the things that you said about our mama." And I said, "Really, anything in particular?" And she told me. And I said, "Oh, wow, that tells me that you were really paying attention." And she said, "Oh yes, Nanny, I was paying attention, but nobody else was paying attention." So tonight, I've asked Amelia to jot down any table who's not paying attention. I'm only kidding, Amelia. I'm sure you're wondering why I've made such a big deal of this anniversary. And quite honestly, there are many reasons. Probably the biggest reason is that as this date came closer, I realized how few friends and even fewer family members have been able to celebrate 50 years. My sisters nor my parents were able to. So to me, it was really a big deal. So I said to Joe Alacqua, I want to have a party, and I want to invite everyone I had ever met. And he said, okay. It took a long time and some arm twisting, but he agreed. And he said, but you cannot invite everyone you've ever met. Only a few special families and friends. And that's why we invited all of you, because you are so special to us. Another reason, wait a minute, there's more. Another reason, quite frankly, is that I really like parties, especially parties where I don't have to cook. And if you know me well enough, you're grateful that I'm not cooking as well. And finally, the last reason that I'm going to tell you is that I personally love seeing Joe Alacqua in a tuxedo. I think he looks great. We know that a lot of people here have come great distances, and we're very grateful for that. There are people here from New Jersey. Woo. There are people here from Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. I don't see it, but I know you're here. There are people here from Delaware, and there are people here from Maryland, and people from Virginia, and our very dear friends, Carol and Bob Gallagher. Please wave your hands so everybody knows just who you are. They came all the way from Texas just for this party. We are overwhelmed with gratitude. Thank you so much. I would like for you to meet our wedding party. One of our ushers, we used to call them ushers. I know they say groomsmen now, but these were ushers. One of our ushers was unable to come. Our bridesmaid our flower girl rather, had an emergency, and we miss her dearly. It just happened, and we're thinking of her and her family. And two of our bridesmaids are no longer with us, but they are thought of often and missed greatly. First of all the way from Virginia, Joe, do you mind standing? Joe Mitchell, right there. And now you'll know why I always say Joe Alacqua. Our next best groomsman is Joe Sorelli. Having named Joe is part of his wedding. And our bridesmaids, Diane Wolf, Miss Diane. And also my sister-in-law, Joe Alacqua's sister, Gloria Huber. Thank you for being with us 50 years ago today. Today is our anniversary. We are grateful that you were there then, and we're grateful that you're here now. Just one that I want to introduce you to our children, and I don't see them. My son Joseph, my daughter-in-law Paola, my daughter, and I don't know where she is, my daughter Michelle, and my son-in-law Jose. grandchildren. First of all, the Haley girls. Abigail Lang Haley, she's standing here taking pictures. And Olivia Claire Haley, and Emma Elizabeth Haley. And the Alacqua girls, Amelia Elizabeth Alacqua and Mercedes Sue Alacqua. These 9 people are the heart of our family. They bring us joy, they make us proud, and we feel blessed to have all of them. They're the best. Thank you. Now sit down. And finally, Joe Alacqua. I have to say that I had prepared lots of wonderful things to say about him, but he told me I was only allowed to talk 2 minutes, so I'm not going to be able to tell you all the great things that he does. Like, some of you people don't even realize how clever he is. I mean, he is an electrician, a plumber, a carpenter, an automobile mechanic. He's a musician. He is also, he does very kind things. People ask him to do things, and he's always the first one there to do. Aunt Millie can tell you. She needed a chandelier hung, and yes, he was there to hang the chandelier. My sister Kathleen can tell you that she and I were stranded in New York City after a train ride from hell, and we didn't know it, and we got off the train, and he was standing there in New York waiting for us to help us. God love him. I had no idea he was coming, but I can't tell you all this, but I can tell you that he was a wonderful son. He's a great nephew. He's a great cousin, brother-in-law, brother, friend. I think I might have missed somebody.
Yeah.
Husband.
Wait a minute, I'm getting to the last one. He's a great father, grandfather, and husband. And my time is up, but although I have no drink in my hand, here's to all of you. We are so very grateful that you're here. We love every one of you. And here's to you, Joe Alacqua. Thanks for 50 years. And thanks for this party.
Sue, I don't want you to go too far, but we're going to bring Joe Alacqua. Now I'm calling him that too, because he has something to say to you.
50 years is pretty special, and I figured I had to do something special. I don't know many special things, but a few years back, our neighbors, the Goods, their son was getting married, and they had a party a couple days before that. And at that party, the son serenaded his future bride with a song. And I said, that sounds like a good idea. And the only problem is I can't sing. But I figured I've got a captive audience. I'm paying the bill. You haven't eaten yet, so you can't leave. So you're going to listen to me sing. Now, he sang a song from a movie, When Harry Met Sally. And the song was, It Had to Be You. Well, I didn't really like that movie. But I have a song from another movie, When Joey Met Susan, and the song is It Had to Be Sue. Now, with some help from Glenn, our great keyboardist there, who I hope he plays loud, and can you turn up the echo? We're going to give it a try, so. All right. Sue. It had to be Sue to put up with me for all the 15 years we've been through. She's been such a saint.
That's true.
That's something I ain't. When I was a jerk, she did all my work without a complaint. I don't remember the next verse. She got them to school, then to the pool, the ball games as well. She covered for me while I studied legal theory. I got the degree, but it was she who did it for me. She was a school nurse, no kids left in a hearse. She cared for them well whenever they fell, and sometimes things worse. Nobody else gives me a thrill, and baby, you always will. It had to be Sue, it had to be Sue, it just had to be you. 5 granddaughters now, she spoils them so. I want you to know the spoiling's done by Sue and not Joe. Nobody else gives me a thrill. Baby, you always will. It had to be you. It had to be Sue. It had to be you.